This video is brought to you by AKSIAS.
So guys, now let us talk about international relations. And in IR, I just want to begin with India and its neighborhood, and within the neighborhood, the first country, Bangladesh, right? So guys, now can you please tell me one after the other? We'll see that. You're all aware that after 1947, India was divided into India and Pakistan, and Pakistan had two things. What are the two? Bangladesh and Pakistan? West Pakistan and East Pakistan. West Pakistan and East Pakistan. See, basically, Pakistan and India were divided on the basis of religion. And after independence in Pakistan, only Muslims were in majority. Fine. But you see what is happening. In Pakistan, you have Punjabis, Baluch people, Sindh, right? Don't make notes, I'll give you proper dictated notes. Understand. Sindh, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, it's a state. In that, Pashtun community is there. Punjabis, Baluch, Sindhis, Pashtuns. In East Pakistan, majority are Bengalis. Remember one thing guys, human being fights. If they are together, they fight. They need a reason to fight. Husband and wife at home, they fight. Once they come out on the basis of caste, they fight. If you are in a political party, you fight on the basis of ideology. Country, you will fight on one thing or the other thing. Why I am trying to tell you this is, don't say this community is bad, that community is bad. Everyone is equally bad. You will get to know what is going to happen only when they are left to stay with themselves. For example, Christians are one with respect to other religions. But before that, they are also fighting on the basis of Protestants and Catholics. Muslims in several countries fight on the basis of Shias and Sunnis. Right? And before Islam and others came in India, Hindus were fighting on the basis of whether we need to pray Shiva or you need to pray Venkateshwara. So people always fight irrespective of what is there. But in Pakistan, these were the most dominant community. They were not ready to share power at all. You talk about Prime Minister should be a Punjabi, Army Chief Punjabi, ISI Chief Punjabi. For the first time, Imran Khan is the person who is outside. That too because he is close to the army. Else Nawaz Sharif and all, they belong to what? Punjabis. They don't allow anyone else to come to power. Fine? This is the first point. Next, after independence, Pakistan has a specific provision. For example, in India, whenever there is a constitutional crisis in our country, president will take over. In Pakistan, army will take over. Means in the constitution itself they have written if there is any problem, army will take over. So because of that, what happens? Army will create something and it takes over. So army has ruled majority of the time. Now in 1968-69, during this period in Pakistan, a military leader by name Yahya Khan was present. He was the chief. Now what he thinks, let me give elections. Let me conduct elections in my country. He will conduct elections. Now when he conducts elections, you have two Pakistans. One is what? West Pakistan. Another one is what? East Pakistan. Guys, can you tell me in India, which is the largest state area-wise? Area-wise. Rajasthan, area-wise. Population-wise? Population-wise? Uttar Pradesh. Now, why is the difference? Why population is more in UP? Why not in Rajasthan? Facilities. Can I say Rajasthan is a desert? UP is plains? Fertile soil, more number of people. Deserts, less number of people. West Pakistan is also similar to a desert. East Pakistan is a plain area. Population wise, both are almost same. Is this clear? Karnataka MP seats, member of parliament seats are 28. Uttar Pradesh member of parliament seats are 80. Why? Population. Where it is more? Uttar Pradesh. Where it is less? Now you tell me, almost same population in West Pakistan, almost same population in East Pakistan. Then can I say both will have almost same number of seats? If you want to become prime minister, you should get more than 50%. Or at least you should bring other people with whom you can make it 50%. Is that correct? So now elections occurred. Where? In Pakistan. Now there was a Bengali guy, and this Bengali guy established a political party by name Awami League. Fine? And this person, when he is going for Awami League, the name of the person is Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Who is he, guys? Bengali or Punjabi? He is a Bengali. Now, this was the single largest party. This was the single largest party. They wanted to rule. Right? He was about to go and claim that I am the prime minister. But in Pakistan, ma'am, I was just trying to say, there is elections going on in Bangladesh, and who is contesting? Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is the single largest party. But in Pakistan, always remember, who should come to power? Punjabis. If Punjabis don't come to power, they will not accept. So here what happened? When Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was about to become prime minister, Punjabis told, let us have two prime ministers. One for West Pakistan, another one for East Pakistan. But I can't be ruled by Bengali. Punjabis should not be ruled by Bengali. Only Punjabis should rule. You tell me in India, if a Tamil Nadu guy becomes prime minister, but all North Indians will come together and tell, how can Tamil guy become prime minister in India? If they say that, will the Tamil people be calm or will they protest? Why will they protest? that you're discriminating on the basis of what? My language, my religion. Why should I respect you? Correct? So what happened? Everyone in Bangladesh or East Pakistan started protesting, and they told, we want Sheikh Mujibur Rahman as the prime minister. And people started talking, why are you against our language? So they all came together and they started uniting on the basis of language, Bengali language. So when these people were uniting on the basis of language, within Bangladesh, there were few people who told, for me, language is not important. Pakistan as a country is important. So please don't fight on the basis of what? Language. You're Muslim first, Bengali later. Few communities told, no, we are Bengalis first, Muslims later. Are you trying to understand? Which one should be given priority is the question. People are fighting. Now you tell me, whom will Pakistan support? Muslim first, Bengali later, or Bengali first, Muslim later? Muslim first, Bengali later. Pakistan sent its army, right, to suppress the revolt. Who is fighting? Bengali first is fighting, and army was sent, guys. Army went in civilian dress. If they go in military dress and if they beat the people, if people take pictures of that, then it is crime similar to Hitler. So world community will punish them. So what did the army do? Army went in civilian dress and started killing the people, whoever is fighting against them. At that time, all the Bengalis, they came together and formed a group called Mukti Vahini. What is it called? Mukti Vahini. I hope you are understanding the meaning of the word. What does it say? Mukti Vahini. That means I want to get independence. This guy, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he was scared to stay in Bangladesh. So what he did? He came to Delhi. In Delhi, he was staying in Rajendra Nagar, where all your coaching centers are there. Like, you know, not to take coaching, but from there he used to talk to India, Bangladesh. Let us fight. Now, when the army came and started killing the common people whoever were present in that particular part, will the common people stay there or will they escape? They started running away. Everyone there started running away. Where will they go? Bangladesh is surrounded by what? India and Myanmar, little bit of Myanmar. All these people started coming into India. Most of the people started coming into India. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is also in India. Everyone is in India. He told, I and my people will support India. Can you help us to fight against Pakistan? So Indira Gandhi was there. She told, fine, I will get you independence. She wanted to send army. But Pakistan was a very, very good friend of US. US called India and told India, don't dare to attack Pakistan. If you attack them, I will attack you with nuclear weapons. Who told? US. China also told India, because 1962 war, after that India-China became enemies, China-Pakistan became good friends. China also told India, you be careful. Now you tell me at this point of time, can we wage war? If we wage war against Pakistan, who will attack us? US and China. So what Indira Gandhi did, she went to Russia. She asked Russia, can you help? Russia told, fine, I'll help you. Sign this agreement. What is the agreement? Treaty of friendship between India and Russia. And according to that, Russia told, if anyone attacks India, I will attack them. Are you getting the point? So, people were scared of Russia. US told, I won't attack. China also went back. Right? So, Russia was standing to protect us. 1971. 2021. Years are also important. Like, that's why I'm trying to tell you, you have to connect them whenever you are trying to see. So, now you tell me, US was not happy. US told India, tell me one thing. Why are you attacking Pakistan? Because whatever is happening is a political issue. They are fighting among themselves. It's an internal matter. Why are you interfering? Indira Gandhi told, see, there are so many people who are escaping Pakistan military and they are entering into India. They are all requesting for human rights. Please support me. They are asking. When a state army is killing its own people, it is the duty of neighboring countries to help them. Are you getting the point? What is the issue? Whenever state is involved in killing its own people, it is the duty of other countries to interfere. Are you getting the point? Farms protest, Canada is telling. Farmers are protesting, different people are talking. Uyghur Muslims are being killed, Germany is questioning China. Are you getting the point? US told, this is interesting. Can you tell again what are you planning to do? Whenever there is human rights violation, I can interfere. Wow, I will use this in future. US kept quiet. India started waging the war. Where is the war happening? East Pakistan. Pakistani soldiers are present in East Pakistan. For them, any arms, ammunitions, if you have to provide, then you have to provide through the sea. There is no land route. Air force of Pakistan is not very strong. The only route is what? Sea route. Karachi port is the most important port. Clear? So now, from Mumbai, when the war started, from Mumbai, our people in the submarine, they went closer to Pakistan and they blasted Karachi port. Karachi port stores lot of oil and natural gas. Once we bombed, Karachi port started burning for 8 days continuously. Right? Pakistan Navy told, I surrender. I don't want to fight. Are you getting the point? Now if Navy surrenders, can we supply goods to Bangladesh? No. What will happen? Every soldier in Bangladesh or East Pakistan do not have weapons now. You have weapons, but bullets are not there. What will you do? At that time, we are not sure whether it is right or not. But when I was with some Air Force people, they told the story that Indian Air Force went deep into Pakistan. Yahya Khan and his members were sitting. They were discussing about how to deal. Indian Air Force went and bombed around the building. And they came back. Just imagine you're sitting inside, someone is bombing around the building. And they went. They could have dropped the bomb on the building also. Yes. But then you get a call. I could have dropped a bomb on you. You better move out of Pakistan, East Pakistan. More than 90,000 soldiers surrendered. Are you understanding? How many? 90,000 soldiers surrendered. Everyone has a question even today. You gave independence to Bangladesh. 90,000 people surrendered. Why didn't you take POK? You could have taken POK, but India's main intention was to tell in front of the world, I did not wage war for Kashmir. I waged war for what? Bangladeshi people, human rights. Other countries would have taken. We made a mistake. If you ask diplomats, they tell we forgot. Because they don't want to blame governments. Diplomats are ready to take the blame. But are you getting the point? Just imagine, guys, if any government says that, like, I didn't fight for POK, but I fought for Bangladesh liberation, they won't win elections next time. You have to address many things. So that was the reason, anyways. But did you understand? Now, who became independent? Who will be the first prime minister? Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And did I tell you, some people told we are Muslims first, Bengalis later. Those group was Jamaat-e-Islami. As a group of people. Bengali pride is so much in them that their, what do you call as, freedom is celebrated as International Mother Language Day. Right? But what I'm trying to ask you here, do you know their national anthem? Amar Sonar Bangla. Who wrote? Rabindranath Tagore. Both countries have national anthems written by the same person. Right? So it's a pride for them. Bengali pride is more. But my question to you, let them have the pride, but my question now comes. You tell me, who is the Prime Minister? Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Which is his political party? Awami League. Please remember this, in newspapers you will get these names. Now my question to you, will he be pro-India or will he be anti-India? Will he support India or will he oppose India? So he was pro-India. Will he be pro-US or will he be anti-US? Anti-US. Why? Because US supported Pakistan. China? Anti-China. Pakistan? Russia? Why? Because Russia supported whom? India. Are you getting the point? How the parties align themselves? This is what? Anti? Pakistan, China, US. Who is it? Who is the leader? Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Now you tell. Jamaat e Islami. What about them, guys? Pro? Pakistan, China, anti? India, Russia. Yeah, but Bangladesh is their country now. They have to accept it. Clear? So now who is the leader? India was very happy. We had all type of good relations. Right? But we got to know that Sheikh Mujibur Rahman will be assassinated. He will be killed by these groups and also some people in the army who support Pakistan in Bangladesh. Right? We got to know. They called him and told him, you will be assassinated, be careful. He told, who will kill me? Who will kill me? Your own people will kill, be careful. Unfortunately, he did not listen. But he was assassinated. He was killed. As soon as he was killed, a military person by name Zia-ur Rahman. Zia-ul Haq is Pakistani. Right? Zia-ur Rahman is Bangladeshi. So now, who won? He came to power. India told, why did you come to power? Who are you to come to power? Elections happened. Awami League has won. If Sheikh Mujibur Rahman has died, you should allow someone from his family to rule. Why are you, or political party to rule? Why are you ruling? Who questioned? India. Now what happened? All his family members were killed. No one was left. Sheikh Hasina is a daughter. She was in other country. So she survived. Others died. Now you tell me, will India support him or will India oppose him? India went everywhere and started scolding. Like, Zia-ur Rahman is bad, don't support him. He asked, like, India, why are you against me? You tell me one reason. India told, you are not democratically elected. That's why I don't like you. He told, okay, that's your problem, fine. He established a political party by name Bangladesh Nationalist Party. BNP. He contested elections, rigged elections. He won. He told India, are you happy? I won. Will India be happy? India told, you have rigged elections. He told India, you have problem with me. You tell me now, will he be pro-India or will he be anti-India? He was anti-India, he was anti-Russia, and he was anti-Pakistan as well. Because Pakistanis had killed. He was in the Mukti Vahini group. That was there. I'm a Bengali is there. That is there. But doesn't like India because of the policies. Whom will he support? US, China. Are you getting the picture? Now, is he alive? Dead? After him, the only person who is left is who? Sheikh. He was also killed. He was also assassinated by a group, military group. Don't know, but investigations are going on. There are many things which you never know what happened. Like Lal Bahadur Shastri, you don't know why he died. What happened to Subhash Chandra Bose, we don't know. So, do you understand? His wife Khalida Zia came to power. Who has taken over Awami League? Sheikh Hasina. Who has taken over BNP? Khalida Zia. Both are ladies. It is known, they are known as Begums of Bangladesh. Begums of Bangladesh. One time she will win, one time he will win. One time she will win, one time she will win. Alternatively, like Tamil Nadu, one time you, one time. Like, you keep ruling. But once there was hung assembly. Hung assembly, no one got majority. This became a deciding factor. Who? Jamaat-e Islami. Can you tell me whom will they support? Khalida Zia or Sheikh Hasina? They like Khalida Zia better compared to whom? They both came to power. Now when they came to power, both are anti-India. These are completely fundamentalists. They support Pakistan as well. Lot of anti-India activities started. India realized it was very difficult. Like, lot of Naxalites and all were given weapons, training and all. India was really scared. What is happening to our northeast? Everyone in northeast started fighting because of the support that they are getting here. Weapons and all that they were getting. India realized, I don't want this political party to be there. In the next elections, whom will we support? Till that time we felt you do elections, you whoever wins will talk to them. But now India understood, no, I have to be careful. Who wins matters a lot. Who will win now? Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina won. Everything was good again. She arrested all the people who were supplying weapons to Naxalites, Ulfa and other terrorist groups. Like, relations was good. Today, I'll come to that, ma'am. Earlier, it was a political party. So now what happened? When everything was going well, there were only 2 years left for Sheikh Hasina's term to be completed. How many years? 2 years. At this point of time, when only 2 years was left, there were some problems between India and Bangladesh. Like, there was a problem in the ocean. Dispute was there, territory. And this was in the court. Right? So court will decide. There was some land issue. We call the issue as enclaves. I'll explain the issues in detail, guys. First, if you understand the concept, later I'll explain the issues in detail. So now what happened? Enclaves issue was there. In this, 111 enclaves were of India, 55 enclaves were of Bangladesh. Right? It was like this. And then there was an issue of which river? Teesta river. There is a river which flows from, if you see Sikkim, below Sikkim you will have West Bengal. I'll show you in the maps tomorrow once. Below that you will have Bangladesh. River flows like this. What India did? India constructed a dam and diverted the water. So now Bangladesh is asking for share in the water. How much will you give me? How much will you take? Mamata Banerjee is not ready to discuss. Mamata Banerjee was opposing this. Are you getting the point? Now, Sheikh Hasina called Manmohan Singh, who was the Prime Minister at that time, and she told him, see, if you can come to my country and resolve this issue and this issue, if you sign agreements with me, I can go to elections successfully and tell my people, see, I have brought this. Vote me to power, I will do more. Else, Khalida Zia will win. Because one time she is winning, one time I am winning. If I do something much more, then I will be given a chance. Manmohan Singh went. Now what he decided, he will give 111 Indian enclaves to Bangladesh, and in return he will take how many? 55. That was the agreement. Teesta river water, Mamata Banerjee said, I won't agree on anything that you do with respect to Teesta. BJP started telling, can you see what Congress is doing? 111 they are giving to whom? How much they are getting in return? 55. Isn't it selling India to Bangladesh? BJP started. Manmohan Singh went there. Criticism increased. He thought if I sign, already 2G spectrum scam, coal scam, lot of scams were there in India. He felt, I think it's better if I don't do anything more damaging. He came back without signing anything. Sheikh Hasina felt very sad. Khalida Zia told, see, Sheikh Hasina told everyone that Manmohan Singh will come, that will happen, this will happen. But he did not do anything. You bring me to power. I'll go to China. China will support me. Please vote me to power. Sheikh Hasina understood she is going to lose elections. At this point, do you recollect there was a group within Bangladesh which tried to kill its own people? Who are they? Jamaat-e Islami. Sheikh Hasina was aware that if she contests elections alone, she can't win against me. But if these two come together, Mahagathbandhan, then it is very difficult for me to win the election. Are you getting the point? If she contests alone, she will lose. Both together, they will. So court case was pending that these people are involved in killing Bangladeshis. They were involved in killing many leaders and all. Against whom? These. Court gave a judgment. Court told that this is a terrorist organization. Put them behind bars. Arrest them. Hang them. You cannot hang a person above age. These are all old people. Jamaat-e Islami. So court told, put them behind bars for 100 years, 120 years. No one can be alive after 100 years. But still put them behind bars. Even by chance these people leave, it should be like you died without serving the notice. They want to create that. Are you getting the point? Who cannot contest elections now? Jamaat-e Islami. BNP told, I know this is plan of Sheikh Hasina. And I am telling, if Jamaat-e Islami do not contest elections, I am also going to boycott elections. Let us say, TRS will tell, if Congress doesn't contest elections, I will boycott elections. What will AIMIM tell? Don't contest. MIM will tell, don't contest. If you don't contest, I will only win. Correct. If no one contests, who will win? Now, Khalida Zia told, I won't contest. Jamaat-e Islami told, they are not allowed to contest. Who will contest? Will she win? 100%, 98% seats went to her. Remaining 2 to 4% was to her friends, her parties which were closer to her. Who is the Prime Minister? Sheikh Hasina. Now, Khalida Zia called US and she told US also like them. Right? Khalida Zia called US and told, see what they are doing. They can't complain to China because China cannot come and teach about democracy to anyone. China itself is not a democratic country. They cannot come and tell to anyone. So who can tell? Only two people in the world can tell to others about democracy. One is US, another one is India. Because ours is the largest democracy, theirs is the oldest democracy. Correct? So now my point here is, US called Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, and told, Sheikh Hasina, what is this? Is it democracy? When opposition leader itself is not contesting, you had elections and you are telling that you won. We can't accept this. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of India. He called US and told US, I know what is happening in Bangladesh. They are beside me. I will handle Bangladesh. You please handle Afghanistan and other countries. Obama was a good friend of India, and he told, fine, India, you handle Bangladesh, I have other issues to do, and he was quiet. Now who is the Prime Minister? Sheikh Hasina. Are you getting the point? Is it good for India? Yes. It was at that time Modi started campaigning for his elections. When Modi started campaigning, he went to West Bengal, he went to Assam, he went to Tripura and all. And Modi told all the countries, states which has border with Bangladesh, all illegal migrants are coming from Bangladesh to India. I will attack them. I will send them to their country. I'll put fencing. Trump told I'll put fencing for, like, I'll construct a wall with Mexico. He's telling I will construct fencing. Bangladeshi people, will they like if someone says you're an illegal migrant, you are creating trouble to me and all? Sheikh Hasina was also not happy about the campaigning done by Modi. But she was not aware whether India will win or not win. She was expecting Modi will not win the elections. Modi won. The day Modi won, he called all the countries, neighboring countries, SAARC countries, we say, for swearing in ceremony. When he called them for swearing in ceremony, Sheikh Hasina did not come. She went to China. She went to China on the same day. Speaker of Bangladesh came to India. Are you getting the point? Right? At this time, will China support Sheikh Hasina? Yes? China told, I don't mind. If you want to be my friend, you come. What do you want? Sheikh Hasina told, can you invest in my country? Investments, money. China told, fine. China is not anti. Where is it now? Pro. But China asked, can you give me a port? And the port name is Chittagong Port. Are you getting the point? Chittagong Port of Bangladesh. Who is taking? China. From whom? Bangladesh. Right? As soon as she came back, Sushma Swaraj went to Bangladesh, who was External Affairs Minister. She went and she told, see, what we speak during elections is different from what happens after elections. Don't go by what we spoke during the elections. You give Modi a chance. He'll come and resolve the disputes. Right? So, now Modi is about to go to Bangladesh. But before, not now, it was in the story. Like, 2015, 14, 15. She wanted to come. No, sorry, Modi wanted to go. So, can you write some points? Else you'll forget the story. Yes, you write. You want paper, pen, ma'am? So, you write Bangladesh. You write international relations. First one, Bangladesh. Bangladesh. Hyphen. You write this first. The provinces, Bangladesh, you write below. After independence, Pakistan was divided into West Pakistan and East Pakistan. Full stop. West Pakistan includes West Pakistan includes Punjab, Sindh, Baluch, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa or ORR, Northwest Frontier Province. Northwest Frontier, Frontier, Frontier Province. East Pakistan was dominated by Bengalis. Yes, when you see Wikipedia and other books, some minute informations will be there. No need of that. Major story if you know, and today what is happening if you are aware, that's enough. Clear? So just basic understanding of that will be enough. See, Indian history only, how much you have to read? If you start reading Bangladesh history, there are 193 countries in the world. It will never be completed. That's why. So you write below. In late 1960s, elections were held in Pakistan and Awami League under Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Was the single largest party. Because of politics in West Pakistan, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was not allowed to become Prime Minister. Full stop. People of East Pakistan started fighting on the basis of language. Pakistan army was sent to suppress the revolt. Full stop. Jamaat-e-Islami supported Pakistan and killed many innocent Bengali people. Full stop. Bengalis formed, FORMED, formed Mukti Vahini, to fight against Pakistan. Full stop. During this, many innocent Bengalis from Bangladesh, from East Pakistan escaped into India. Full stop. As there was huge refugee influx, influx. India decided to enter into the war and support human rights of Bengali citizens, and support human rights of Bengali citizens. Full stop. Next paragraph. US and China were good friends of Pakistan, and India signed treaty of friendship with whom? With Russia. Full stop. India attacked Pakistan. And defeated Pakistan to help Bangladesh get independence. Full stop. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was the first Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and his political party supported India. Full stop. Next paragraph. He was assassinated. He was assassinated. And Zia ur Rahman came to power. Full stop. Due to India's opposition, due to India's opposition, he established Bangladesh Nationalist Party, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and he became Prime Minister of Bangladesh. But he was also assassinated. Sheikh Hasina controlled Awami League, and Khalida Zia controlled BNP. Can you write this? Newspaper, whenever you read Bangladesh, if you see this once and read, it would be helpful. Can you write down? Done. Next, you write democracy was established in Bangladesh where alternatively, where alternatively Awami League and BNP came to power. Came to power. Next point. Whenever pro-India political parties, pro-India political parties came to power, India had good relations. And whenever anti-India political parties came to power, there were some security issues in India. Because you understood what we call as Teesta River dispute. Yes. So now I'll show you. You see, there is another problem called enclaves. What is an enclave, guys? Let me say this is India and this is Bangladesh. Now this is Bangladesh, this is India. Some territory of Bangladesh is within India, completely surrounded by India. We call it as what? Enclave. Actually, there were two kings. They were playing some game. So one king told, if I win, Indian king, if he wins, he'll get this. Bangladeshi guy, if he wins, he'll get this. So like this, what happened? And you know the worst part? Some areas it was like Bangladesh surrounded by India, surrounded by Bangladesh. Already Bangladesh is there, right? Some places it was like India, surrounded by Bangladesh, surrounded by India, again Bangladesh. This was called as counter enclave, counter enclave. During independence, the kings were asked whether you want to join India or Pakistan. One king joined Pakistan, another king joined India. These areas were also left like that. Indian kings 111 were with Pakistan. Pakistan's 55 were with India. So later it was Bangladesh. Initially, right from independence, the same thing continued. So now you tell me, whose area is more? India's. Whose area is less? Now what used to happen? Now this is India, guys. Bangladeshi police cannot enter. Because this is our Indian territory. They cannot arrest anyone here. Because it is our territory. Indian police cannot go there because you have to cross the border. They won't give you permission. These became hub of crimes. People used to come here, take voter ID of India, collect it somehow and come to India. They also became hub of illegal migrants. So when Manmohan Singh went to say that you take 111, I'll take 55. Because you cannot exchange, right? So you keep all 111, you take 55. But BJP was against it. So the issue was not resolved. Clear? I told you some maritime problem is there. Bay of Bengal, guys. India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. Three countries are there. So now, India said this is mine. Myanmar said this is mine. Bangladesh said obviously, right? If we claim, they'll also claim. Actually, how should they draw? Straight line. They went to international court. International court said this is the border. 2014, Sushma Swaraj asked, give Modi one chance. Right? And then court judgment came with respect to this. How much? The dispute was 25,000 square kilometers. 25,000. Out of this, Bangladesh was given 16,000 by the court. India got 9,000. So you tell me who won, who lost? Bangladesh won, India lost. India tweeted, we won. We tweeted, we won the case. Bangladesh was confused, like, how did you win? India told, it is a victory of Indo-Bangladesh friendship. Both sides have won. Do you recollect Modi wants to be seen good by whom? Bangladesh. They should trust. Sheikh Hasina was shocked. Are you serious? Why? Why have you become so good suddenly? Then India told, see, oil is there in this region. Oil is there. Normally, Bangladesh don't know how to drill oil. When they give it to international communities to come and drill, China may get it. And if China starts drilling oil in the region, then it is closer to east coast of India. In east coast of India, we have rocket launching stations. We have missile testing centers. Pakistan can keep an eye on everything. We didn't want Pakistan to be here. India told, I will not file a case. Let us resolve the issue. You keep 16,000, you give me 9,000. But don't allow Chinese investments in the region. Bangladesh told India, fair enough. Your argument is logical. And India told, I will drill and give it to you at a market price. You call for tender, whoever gives the highest price, that only I will do. But don't give it to anyone else. Is that good? Bangladesh told, fine, good. Modi, you come, let us talk. Who is calling? Sheikh Hasina. But Modi knows now when he goes, he has to solve problems. Which problem? Another one is which one? Tista River. Enclaves. Manmohan Singh had an idea. What was the plan? Give 111 to Bangladesh, keep 55 with you. Who opposed it? BJP. Right? Because Modi was in Gujarat at that time. Right? So who opposed? Now who is in power? What should they do? They told, we will give 111. We'll take 55. Same thing. He told. But who is in opposition now? Congress. Modi was like, I can manage Rahul Gandhi, don't worry. Like, I can manage Congress. But I have to manage whom? Tista River, who is there? West Bengal, Mamta Banerjee. Managing her is very difficult. Rahul Gandhi, you can do something. Here, Mamata Banerjee, no. Modi called Mamata Banerjee and asked, shall we go to Bangladesh? You also come. We both will go, sit with Bangladesh and resolve the dispute. She told, I will not come with you. Like, I will not come to Bangladesh. With you, I will never come. Like, so why? You know how good they are to each other. Now also you can see there is a lot of fight going on between them. Uh, but Modi wants to take her for sure. There was Sharda chit fund scam in West Bengal, a huge scam. Many people of Trinamool Congress were said to be involved. CBI started raiding the MPs, MLAs and all. Mamata Banerjee called Modi and said, you said we want to go to Bangladesh. When is that? I will also come. Because of the issue. Now who is going? Modi and Mamata is going to Bangladesh to meet Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina everywhere had big posters. One side Modi, one side Sheikh Hasina. Modi, Sheikh Hasina. In between Mamata Banerjee. Like, she is also there. So that no problem will happen. They went. Now, first thing he has to discuss about enclaves, right? He gave 111, took 55. One go. He signed the agreement. Bangladesh was very happy. Sheikh Hasina did not expect that, he'll give this so easily. Sheikh Hasina told India, you're giving me this one. You're resolving the dispute. You resolved maritime dispute. Right? And India told Sheikh Hasina, why did you go to China? For investments. I will give you equal money. Same amount almost. I'll also invest in your country. And I know in your country power shortage is there. I'll double the supply. Modi is giving one after the other offers to her. Sheikh Hasina was very happy. She told India, fine, I'll do one thing. Chittagong port I had given to whom? China. Now you also start using it. Along with whom? China. Who will be using? India. So both will balance. Both are good. Chittagong problem is solved. If you have to go to northeast India, then you have to cross a small part. I'll explain you that. So if you have to go to northeast India from West Bengal and all, you have to go through Assam. It is very narrow. We call chicken neck. Only 21 kilometers it is there. I'll show you. If you bring Atlas tomorrow, we'll see that. Now that particular area is the only route to go to northeast India. We always ask Bangladesh, can you give me road and rail connectivity so that I can go to my northeast India? See, how is this? It looks, sorry. How is this? It looks like this, right? Now if I have to go here from Kolkata, I used to go like this. Now if this route is there, I can easily go. Reduces the time also. Yes. So what India wanted? This connectivity. She told India, I will allow you to go for infrastructure projects in my country. You put road, you put rail, you also put develop waterways. We told $1 billion, whatever China is investing, we will also invest. Now, where are we investing? In these roads, railways and all. For our own benefit, we will invest. But we call it as what? Aid to them. Right? Sheikh Hasina was happy, Modi was happy. And Modi told, why only India and Bangladesh vehicle movement? Please allow Bhutan and Nepal as well. India, Bangladesh, Bhutan Four countries. They call BBIN. What is BBIN? Bhutan, Bangladesh, India, Nepal. Motor Vehicular Agreement. Are you getting the point? So now, which issue was left? Teesta. Mamata Banerjee told she was not really convinced. She came by force. She was not ready to agree on anything. India told, see, actually central government takes decision, but I am leaving it to West Bengal. Let them sit and talk with Bangladesh. Let them come to a conclusion. Whatever they agree, I am ready to sign. Are you getting the point? I don't want to interfere. He came back and Modi told, you know, I did a very good work. What? I gave 111 to Bangladesh and took 55. What's the good work here? He told, these enclaves were used by Bengalis to enter into India. Now as I have given completely to them, now no one can come. What did I promise when I come to election? I will stop illegal migration. Now I am stopping illegal migration by giving this. Congress said we didn't need to tell like this. Whatever we did, you are also telling, you're also doing the same. The only difference is you are telling in a different way, I told in a different way. But somehow Congress also wanted to have good relations with whom? Bangladesh. So issue is resolved. Are you getting the point? Are we solving one after the other issues? With whom? Is Sheikh Hasina happy with India? Yes, she is completely happy about India. Is India happy about Sheikh Hasina? Yes. Any terrorist activity in Northeast India, if it happens, Sheikh Hasina will take action against them. She will not allow her territory to be used against India. So do we have good relations or bad relations? Good relations. But one problem which is continuing even today is illegal migration. There are people move from least developed areas to developed areas. Why will he go to Northeast India which is not so developed? But they never used to listen. One day, what happened in West Bengal, a place called Malda, some terrorists were manufacturing bomb. Wherever they were manufacturing, in that house only there was a blast. NIA went and caught them and asked them, why are you here? What is your agenda, plan and all? They told, we are from Jamaati Islami. We are not here to attack you. We wanted to attack Sheikh Hasina. Why? She has arrested our people in the name of terrorism. Do you recollect? Yes. So we want to assassinate her. India sent these people to Sheikh Hasina. And we told, illegal migrants are not only threat to me, they are threat to you. Your people are also coming here planning against you. So Sheikh Hasina told, fine India, I hope I understand what is the problem. We will guard border on our side. You guard border on your side. Both will ensure that people are not moved from one area to another area. So joint management of borders is the solution that we are proposing with respect to whom? Bangladesh. Is this clear? So do we have good relations or bad relations? Good relations. So just few names, you tell me. Awami League, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Sheikh Hasina, Khalida Zia, right? So Ziaur Rahman, BNP, Jamaati Islami, are these terms familiar to you now? Yes. When you read newspaper tomorrow, you will be comfortable with these terms. You will be comfortable with the terms like India and Bangladesh are opening railway project, waterways. Will you be able to understand? Yes. So I'm trying to tell you, in future projects will happen. Recently, again elections happened in Bangladesh. Khaleda Zia, first time Jamaat Islami was gone. Khaleda Zia wanted to contest election, but court gave judgment that Khaleda Zia is corrupt politician. She is arrested now. Who? Who is not there? Jamaat is not there. BNP is not there. Who will win again? Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina won. She is prime minister again. She gave a speech in the parliament of Bangladesh. Don't be disappointed. Learn from India. Learn from BJP. In 1980s there were only two. Today they are the largest party. Today you are only two. BNP. You can also become largest political party. Don't lose hope. For another 30-40 years, don't lose hope. I'll be the prime minister of Bangladesh. Fine. Today, Sheikh Hasina is balancing both India and China. She's trying to bring investments from China. She's trying to bring investments from India. But she will ensure that Indian interests are not compromised. Is this clear? Yes. So now, can you write below issues between? See, a story is not required. Everything is not required. Just you must be aware today Sheikh Hasina is the prime minister. Issues and the solutions to that is enough. Fine. Issues. Hyphen. First one. Maritime dispute. Maritime dispute. Hyphen. In Bay of Bengal, there was dispute between India and Bangladesh over more than 25,000 square kilometers. Full stop. Sorry, 25,000 square kilometers, including Newmore Islands. Full stop. International courts ruled that more than 16,000 square kilometers is part of Bangladesh, and around 9,000 kilometers is part of India. Full stop. Even when the judgment was against India, India accepted the judgment. And called it as a victory between India and Bangladesh friendship. Second, enclaves, hyphen. It is a territory of one country. It is a territory of one country surrounded completely by another country. Surrounded by another country. Full stop. There were more than there were more than 111 Indian enclaves in Bangladesh and 55 Bangladeshi enclaves in India. Next point. Recently, India and Bangladesh signed land boundary agreement where 111 Indian enclaves were given to Bangladesh and 55 were taken from them. Full stop. Next point. People of the enclaves were given a choice either to choose India or Bangladesh. Fine. Next. Teesta River. There are more than 50 rivers, 50, 50 rivers that flow between, that flow between India and Bangladesh. Five zero 50 rivers. Full stop. Teesta River, Teesta River originates in Sikkim, originates in Sikkim, and through West Bengal it enters into Bangladesh. Full stop. India has diverted waters to which one? Waters to West Bengal, and Bangladesh wants an agreement about water sharing. Indian government has agreed to allow West Bengal and Bangladesh government to discuss the issue. Next, illegal migration. Hyphen. It is a cause of concern. Between India and Bangladesh. Full stop. Sheikh Hasina has agreed for joint management of borders. Fine. Next paragraph. Next one. Infrastructure projects. India and Bangladesh have agreed to construct road, rail and waterway between between India and Bangladesh to connect Northeast India with the rest of India. Last point. Bangladesh had given Chittagong port to China, but recently they have realized that Chinese investments are Chinese investments are debt trap, DEBT TRAP, debt trap, and India was also allowed to India was also allowed to develop Chittagong port. So guys, tomorrow bring Atlas. I'll show first how to use Atlas in studying international relations. After the newspaper writing session, we'll do that. How to write notes from newspaper we'll do first. Then we'll take the maps and see all the important places and understand the maps of IR from the world point of view. Fine. Oxford Student Atlas preferably try to get. Fine. Just try to take the latest one by seeing whether Jammu Kashmir is divided into Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh or not. That division, if it is there, it's a new one. That's enough. Yeah, ma'am. See, yeah, if it's too old, not an issue. At least try to divide Jammu Kashmir and this. That should be fine. Clear? Thank you.
This video is brought to you by AKSIAS.